You mentioned being the most competitive guy in every room that you walk into. What goes into that, and how do you translate that to your players?
Well, I think it's got to be who your makeup is, your DNA. You know, your room's a direct reflection of you. So if you're a guy that's competitive and you coach that way, you teach that way, you walk that way, you live that way, it become your habits. And then usually kids get a reflection of you by how they see how you approach everything. And you can tell right away the guys really who's going to compete that way. Because at the end of the day, we're playing a sport where you have to compete every day for 60 minutes. And even with recruiting, when you go out and recruit the guys you bring in your room, you better go watch them and know how they compete. Is the guy going to give it to you for 4 quarters? Is the guy going to give you for a couple quarters? When it don't go well, you go down. So everything you do is a reflection of you, in my opinion, because your players are, what's the right word to use? Your livelihood. So if they don't perform well, you're probably going to be here coaching them. So you better, inject that personality into you guys.
Now, you've had a lot of competition. When you got here, you had Saquon and Miles. Now you got Katron and Nick. How does that work out in those rooms? Because you look at guys like Saquon and Miles. Now they're in the NFL and they're having success, right? And is it the same that you see in Nick and Katron?
Yeah, I mean, even Stevie Wonder can see that these guys probably got NFL ability. So, you talk to them that way. You talk to them in the present. You talk to them in the future. Like, what's your aspirations? All these guys want to play in the NFL. Well, when you go into an NFL locker room, it's going to be 5 running backs that all been good at their college, wherever they come from. And every day is a job, so you got to compete. So we try to take that same mind frame into our meeting rooms. Hey, how you competing here? How you going to compete in the field? Because somebody wants your job. You two makes each other better, but you also want that job too. So, and then the next group that come in, we have a thing I tell them every spring, like, I'm actually going out to try to replace you. Your job is not to let me replace. And I mean what I said. Like, if you relax and you let a young kid like these guys come in and beat you out, that ain't on me, that's on you. Your job is, the expectation is to come to get better every day. And so that is the standard.
What goes in to being a great recruiter when you're out on the road and getting those guys to replace those guys?
Well, I mean, I just think it's guys who are not lazy. Like, there is no secret formula. There's guys who work, try to get to know the kid, get to know the family, get everybody involved, and get up early and go in late. And that's the key. I mean, everybody say, what's the secret formula? And then tell the truth. Too many guys in this profession lie. You got to be upfront as a kid. You got to recruit every kid like it's your kid. And at the end of the day, if you get a kid or don't get a kid, at least you lay your head on the bed at night saying, I did it the right way. To me, that's how I live, and that's my ethics when I go to recruit, and I'm going to continue to do that way.